Make sure it came up. I'm just making public in case anybody wants to share it. All right, we good. So what's good, man?
I'm chilling, man. Just chilling. Just working, man.
My boy do it all, huh? Oh boy, DJ, coach. What else you be doing?
Oh man. Coaching, of course, like you said, DJing, going to school full time, finishing up my bachelor's degree, man. Um, Full time father, taking care of my kids and stuff, man. So just
I,
working.
I hear that. So let's go back. Where you been in Syracuse your whole life?
Not my whole life. Originated in Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Memphis, Tennessee. My dad worked for American Airlines, and then we went to New York City up after that, and then I've been up here since I was probably about 7 though.
Where you went to middle school and high school at?
Went to middle school at Sewell Road Middle School for about a year. Then I went to Levy, and then transferred out of there. Back to high school out in Liverpool.
Okay.
Wanted to go to Henniger, but my mom's wasn't trying to hear it. But I
She
got
wanted she wanted you in the suburbs.
yeah, I got to thank her though, because if it wasn't for her, man, I probably wouldn't have graduated.
Yeah, I
She
hear
wouldn't
that.
give me no option.
I'm trying to get to Liverpool now, man. I'm in Auburn. I mean, it's safe
Okay,
and all that out here, but I'd rather just come out there the school wise for my kids. I got two sons, but they young. They only 3 and 1. But
okay,
Liverpool's the move though.
yeah, man. I just told a parent that the other day, like even as far as sports, man, like that's a good situation for her kid to be in, because I know what
Yeah.
he would need.
We plus they got that new facility out there too, and everything's just brand new out there.
Crazy, crazy, man.
So you
That,
graduated from Liverpool then, right?
yeah.
What what year you graduated?
Oh 04, man. Oh 04.
Oh, you older than me. I'm '07. I thought you was younger than me.
Nah, man. That's the thing. Everybody always think like I'm like 28, 27, 28 years
Word.
old. Yeah.
I thought damn, I thought you was younger than me. That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
So what you did when what you play sports in high school too or not?
Yeah. Yep. I played football, man, but baseball was my sport. I'm gonna be honest. I probably was nice enough to honestly play professionally baseball, but you know, I and that was probably the youngness in me at the time. I allowed, the it to get in my mind that it was the uncool sport to play when you
Nah,
chilling around
man.
your homies.
I be telling kids now, man. I got a little cousin that's getting ready to go to Sacred Heart to play football.
Okay.
He left hand and he plays pitcher and he stopped playing it like Babe Ruth. I said, man, if you would have kept pitching and played baseball and put up baseball stats like you did for football,
You're not lying. Like
and that money's guaranteed. That baseball money guaranteed. They don't even know it.
guaranteed. Exactly. And that's one thing I wish I had stuck with, is just when my father stopped coaching me, and when I got a little older, it's kind of like I fell out of love with it. But my son, he plays. I just signed him up for baseball. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
just left Dick's, man. I just left Dick's. The Dick's got a crazy steal right now with Adidas gear. You get a bat, a glove,
Oh really?
a bat and helmet, and cleats for 84.99.
Wow. I
And
ain't even.
all the new Adidas stuff too. So we grabbed
Thank
that
thank
for
you,
him.
sir. I'm about to go grab some of that this week.
Yeah, they got it. As soon as you walk in the door, it says baseball season is here, and you can get a bat, or you get pants too. I got pants and a jersey, gloves, and a bat
Okay.
for 84.99.
Wow. I didn't even know that.
So yeah, so '04 you graduated. So did you play? You played football all through up?
All through up. Yeah.
Who played? Who was good for Liverpool back then?
Oh man. Back then, Keith Bolden.
Yep.
He was a good running back then. Um, Roderick Golden, Akeem Baxter, David Cannon. It was a lot of back then. It was a lot of black kids at Liverpool.
Yeah, we played. I was a sophomore playing, and that '04 we lost the. That's when they had that hard AstroTurf, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I sprained both my ankles on a kickoff return on our sideline. I remember that hard turf. You had to
Yep.
wear sneakers back then. They didn't let you wear molded cleats on that.
Yeah. Most definitely.
So when you graduated high school, were you which you went to college straight out of high school?
Went straight to college. I should have listened to my mother, man. I had situations for college I had lined up, like to a few black schools, HBCUs, with like Norfolk State, Grambling State. Had a few situations lined up, and I played myself, man, with the OCC.
You didn't want to go. You didn't want to get away from mom and dad.
It wasn't even that, like back then. I'll be honest with you. I tell these young kids this, man. Like, I allowed myself to get caught up with a girl, and when it was her time, she went away to school, and I stayed.
Ah,
Yeah, so I was like, like, man, I played myself, but I guess everything happens for a reason.
yeah, you made up for everything. So,
Yeah.
did you go? How you went to OCC for two? You got your associates from OCC too?
No, I didn't. I went to OCC on and off, for about 2 years, 2.5 years. But at that time I wasn't into college. I didn't know what I really wanted to do at the time.
Yeah,
Like my focus wasn't on college. My focus was elsewhere. Like and then I ended up was like at that time I dropped out and just ended up taking music full time after that.
I got you. Yeah, I graduated. I went to Morris for my freshman year, and it was in the
Okay.
sticks, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna play football, then I ended up playing basketball. I
Hmm.
said, I came home. I went to Cayuga. I was getting ready to ball there, and then they changed coaches. So
Okay.
I went to work for the state
Yeah.
at a detention center, and then I was like, let me get back to school. But and then I
Okay.
went back to play. I went to Buff State to play football, but I ain't finished either, man. I'm just waiting on a couple state job opportunities. If I don't get them, I gotta finish school too, man.
Okay.
What you majored in right now? I see you got like a
Um,
3.5, don't you?
Yeah, right now I got a 3.5 majoring in sports management, man.
Yeah, I remember that
So
little bio that you sent me.
yeah, majoring in sports management. So I'm looking to pursue a career as an athletic director for a Division I school, or get a front office position with a professional team, hopefully.
Yeah, because if that's what you want to do, that ain't even gonna be work. That's just something you're gonna enjoy doing, going to work
Ex-
every day. It ain't work.
Exactly. That's like love right there.
Hell yeah. So what? So you been how long you been a Henniger? The last how
Um,
many years?
I've been at Henniger about this is my second season right here. Yeah,
Okay.
man. Gil gave me a chance and let me run with it with him.
Yeah, Gil's a good dude. Gil,
Yeah, real good
Gil
dude.
from Henniger too, right? Gil graduated from Henniger.
Yeah, yep. Gil graduated from Henniger. Holds all type of records over there, man.
And then so you DJ on the side too? You got your own little business on the side with that?
Yeah, I DJ. I'm not gonna lie though. Now pursuing my career and knowing what I want to do with life. Um, I still DJ for the fun, but I'm not going as hard as I was with it.
COVID. I was tuned in on those Sunday mornings when you had the church music playing.
Yeah, man. You know, you,
I bought a little controller because I had fun doing it too. I had just sold it, but COVID
okay.
had everybody doing everything, man. But that's fun.
Yeah,
I like playing around music and mixing too.
yeah.
What so you go to church and all that too? You
Um, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a member of Tucker Missionary Baptist Church, but
uh-huh.
I'm not. Over the last couple of years, man, I'm not. I'm trying to find out more about myself. I'm not overly religious. I'm trying to find out the way of, going to a big mega church is my way of showing my love to God, or if it's a different way.
Yeah.
So I'm still trying to find that way.
And when I was younger, yeah, my grandma had me going to church all the time, and I fell off
Exactly.
too. I had my
Yeah.
I had my sons baptized and all that, but
Yeah. Me too.
I want to get back. I mean, eventually get back into it, but it's just time consuming too. 'Cause I work
Yeah.
Sundays. What you
Okay.
speaking of that? What you do? You work for the school district too, or not?
No, I was working for the school district until the pandemic happened. When the pandemic happened, they laid off all the enrichment teachers.
Ah,
So yeah, then like probably 2 months into the pandemic, they fired us all. Of
yeah.
course.
Y'all on your way back though. Y'all on your way
Yeah.
back. What school you was at?
I was at Fraser
Okay.
Elementary Middle School. So part of a good program over there. It was definitely a good program, man. And it gave me a lot of opportunities to, excel in my career as well.
Yeah, so you know what you want to do.
Yeah,
Them kids out there, I mean, especially at middle school, that's where they start getting lost at. They
exactly.
need that guidance. I was a century. I started at Lincoln, and then I was a century at Nottingham.
Okay.
But yeah, man, the middle school kids is where you could tell, man, if they're going on the right path or the wrong path.
Exactly. You're right.
So let's get into what made you always had a passion that you wanted to coach basketball?
Yeah, man. I was coaching Pop Warner at first. But well, no, actually, I coached YOP basketball at first. For about 3-4 years, and then I stopped coaching YOP basketball because I kind of started getting myself into more of working at odd jobs at like Verizon Wireless and things like that. And I was working late hours, so then I stopped coaching for a minute. Then I went to coaching Pop Warner, and then I was like, but I love coaching football, but basketball is always my first love as far as coaching.
Yeah, I gotta choose that in the next couple of years. What I want to go hard in.
Yeah,
That's the hardest part is when you play basketball and football your whole life, you got to choose one.
exactly.
That's the hardest part. So you was at Eastwood. I think I read a little while ago. The Eastwood just closed their doors and shut
They
down.
did, but actually they opened them back up. There's I guess they changed their name to not the Bears no more, the Grizzlies. And
Eastwood Grizzlies.
yeah, my boy TeAndre Johnson, he's the new VP over there, man.
All right, good. Because I read that post and it seemed like they had some family traditions that passed down from that.
Yeah, man.
They got to keep that around. Plus that area over there, the Eastwood area. I mean, where those kids? They probably go to Clay or Cicero to play
Yep.
Pop Warner.
Yep.
Yeah, they need some over there in that area.
Exactly.
So let's get into the state of where sports is at, because
Okay.
so you graduated in 04, so you came into high school in 2000, right?
Yep.
Everything was a powerhouse back then, man.
Back then Class A was like playing in like when the NFC East was the NFC East. That was like playing in NFC East.
Everybody.
Exactly.
I was a youngin, but I remember the Henniger days.
Yeah.
Corcoran too. Fowler. I mean, even Fowler. We got smacked. Auburn got smacked by Fowler back in the day. But
Yeah.
what would you say the biggest difference from now with these spoiled ass kids don't want to work? Now all of them want to work hard and got them attitudes. Where you think it dipped off at?
I'll be honest, man. I'll say that media plays a big part in like a lot of stuff that goes wrong these days. Even in sports, man. Like it allows people to think it's so much easier than what it really is. Because people now are like, oh, I can just transfer and I'm gonna go play with 3 or 4 of my friends and we're gonna automatically win a championship because we got a terror squad now instead of just being like, I'm gonna find my own way. I play, I'm gonna play with who I play with, and we're gonna take our chances and win. Or are we gonna lose?
Yeah, that's
so. I definitely think media plays a big part of it. But back then, man, it was kill or be killed.
Every game, every sport.
Well, it was no. I don't need to team up with this person, and because like me and Bruce, Coach Bruce that coaches at CBA. Me and him was talking about this before with one of my friends, Ox, and we were talking about how CBA wanted me to come to CBA, and my mom, she gave me 2 options. She said Liverpool or CBA, and I knew CBA was picked to win at that time, but I was
I scored him in JV, and they tried to get me out there too.
Oh, really?
I was talking. Yeah, Casamento hollered at me back then.
Yeah, and I was like, back then I was like, nah, I don't want to just team up with the best. I want to play against them. You know what I mean?
That was them Greg Paulus days, and his brother after that, boy.
Yeah,
I think the CBA Henniger Corner them beat Bruce and them. That was 04, was it, to go to the Section 3 championship, or was it the state championship?
I think it was the go to the section championship.
So Henniger beat Greg and Corner them beat Greg Paulus and Bruce and them. I think it was 04.
I think it was 04. Yep.
I remember that, but yeah, yep. CBA was the powerhouse back then, man.
Yeah, most definitely.
You already know.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Seeing so obviously Bruce got a good CBA little team over there, man. They play Auburn Friday night, but Henniger Nottingham play ESM Friday night.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, CBA and Auburn gonna be a good game.
Yeah, CBA Auburn definitely be a good game.
Bruce and them coaches got them blood. They young too.
Yeah.
I see Sayer. I just posted Sayer got an offer from SU.
Yeah, that's my little cousin. So
is it?
I'm proud of Sayer, man. Both of my little cousin and my nephew Jamar Ballard is the running back at CNS.
A monster.
Yeah, and Sayer is a complete freak of nature as an athlete too. So I'm proud of him, man. He deserves that.
Yeah, your cousin. So is Jamal your brother? Or you said that's your little cousin? Big Jamar's your cousin?
No, Big Jamar, like me and Big Jamar, like that's my big brother. Like he's not by blood, but that's like me and him been brothers for so long. Like
that's a good dude right there, man. Yeah. If I ever got questions about Pop Warner the last couple of years, he always answers me and any questions I got.
Yeah, man, definitely a good dude.
What since y'all close, what how you feel about him leaving CBA right now? Because he was at CBA he was at CBA last year, right? Or 2 years ago?
Yeah, I mean.
Imagine him with them young boys in that passing game.
Yeah, but that was my only problem with the whole situation. I feel like the type of offense they were running wasn't built for a player like Jamar, and to be the player that he wants to be. He just needed the line and needed to be able to get given the opportunity. And now you look like he's got what, like 60 carries less than the top running back in stats, and he's got almost 500,000 yards and 4 touchdowns. You know, so imagine if he. And they've been blowing everybody out. So imagine if he plays every game 4 quarters.
Yeah, that's what Big Jamar. That's what your big cuz said to me last week when I had posted them stats. Yeah, I said so they blowing everybody out. He done at halftime. JJ
exactly. Too. He not even playing the full game.
He in 10th grade or 11th grade?
Jamar's in 11th grade.
What that boy? 6 foot 240.
Jamar's 6'1", about 250, 260, about 260. Yeah. Yeah.
And then so how CNS young, or are they gonna lose a lot of seniors this year?
No, they're pretty young. Their offensive line only is losing 1 senior, I think. So
oh man,
and I think everybody else is on there is like freshmen and sophomores. So imagine them for the next 2-3 years. They're set up, man.
I think I was talking to somebody about JJ. So I think somebody said JJ, the quarterback, going to IMG in Florida.
That's what I'm hearing. I don't know for a fact, but that's what I've heard.
He only missing. He's just missing height. That's all he's missing.
Yeah, I think if JJ's 6'2", 6'3", he's a Division I quarterback without even a question.
Like Colgate or Fordham or one of them small schools would be his worst offer with him.
Mm-hmm. But,
I mean, it's bad. CBA got. I mean, CNS got us, and they got the good coaching staff too. Klein knew when he left Henniger.
Yeah,
what he was going into.
Exactly. No, you ain't lying. You're not
lying
at all.
He knew it was time to go. That's the crazy part. Not Henniger, but he knew what he must knew what CNS had coming up.
Yeah.
And they done ran through everybody the last 4 or 5 years, I think it's been.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Let's go. Oh, so let's switch it to basketball.
Yeah.
That's my go-to, man.
Yeah, most definitely.
I mean, let me just ask you, has Henniger underachieved the last 2 years?
We have. And I'm gonna say that as a coach,
I appreciate you being 100. I appreciate you keeping it 100.
I would definitely say we've underachieved because we have had the talent to do it.
Hell yeah, man.
You know, when you're not winning, when you should win, coaches, we lose the games, players if they win them. That we know how that goes. But I mean, also I'll say this, you know, kids got to be focused, man. When you know you got the talent to do it, you got to seize the opportunity when you got it. Like, and one thing I'll say about Gil, man, Gil is a smart coach and he knows how to pick teams apart. And I've watched him pick teams apart vocally and tell the players that, and all they had to do was follow the mold. Sometimes they didn't, and it backfired on us, you know.
That's the thing. Everybody knows that Gil came up knowing the game. Gil came through with one of the best Hungry teams that ever come through Syracuse. And I hate hearing it's the coach's fault. This, that, and the third.
Because I'll be honest with you, right, Jay? Like, looking at the games that, if you look, we went, I think, 12-10 last year to get in the playoffs. And like 8 or 9 of those games we lost.
2, 3.
All by 1 or 2 points.
Yeah, I remember that because y'all played Henniger first round of sectionals, right?
We played RFA first round.
First round?
Yep. And in the beginning of the season, they beat us by 1 point by a buzzer beater that when we were up.
I was there. So that was Damian Call and what's my man name going back and forth that y'all had?
Oh man, Damian Call and the one kid, I forgot his name. I forgot his name.
They were tough that year.
Man, I'm surprised. Honestly, if Damian doesn't get hurt, that playoff game against West Virginia gets a little different.
Yeah, because they play offense and defense.
Yeah,
they got a good coach up there. Nick Maddox is a good coach, and Rome was scrappy that year, boy.
Yeah.
He hurt his quad or something. I remember that, didn't he?
Yeah, something like that. I think he pulled a muscle somewhere or something. But
I think that was the best game that I had been to that year besides the OCC games.
Yeah.
What's my man name with the hops that y'all had that transfer from Grimes? Why can't I think of his name?
Tom.
Yeah.
Yep. Tom.
They was going back and forth, man.
Yeah, man. Tong is just like on another level, man, of an athlete.
I used to holler at him. You talked to him in a while?
I haven't talked to Tong outside of social media. I reached out to him on social media a few times just to make sure that he's good and make sure he's prevailing out here. But
was he supposed to go to Utica too for college?
I think him and Damian were supposed to go together. Yeah.
I gotta holler at Tong and see what he's doing.
Yeah, I think Damian and him were supposed to go to the same college. So I don't know. You know, I haven't heard from. Remember at one time he was working out a lot, working out heavy. So
him and David Moe. He was with David Moe working out. I got him on
yeah,
Snapchat.
yep,
So what so last year, yeah, that was last year. So y'all Henniger had they had Tong, it was Tong, Woe,
yep.
Jock, who y'all had who played point guard? Was it the short white kid?
Yeah, we were stacked. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like
I
talent
remember.
wise, we were stacked. We had Evan Kiley, Carlito Aldemont, Ty Slim Griswold, um, Zakir, Wool, Tong, Ray.
Yeah, y'all had a
Yeah,
squad for sure.
we were Ray Sean. Um we were stacked, man. Yeah. Another kid we called Rose. Like we were pretty stacked that year.
He was tough too.
Yeah.
Let's go back to that 12-10 record. Like I was gonna say, I can't stand when parents want to blame the coaches
Yeah.
because the team's underachieving. I mean, the
Yeah.
coach nowadays it's always parents blaming the coaches, but the coaches can only do so much.
Yeah, most definitely, man. I mean, when you're looking at how, you know, these one thing I'll say about these coaches from these players from suburban schools and players from city schools is I love coaching in the trenches, man. I love working with the kids that need it, especially our kids. You know what I'm
And
saying?
like me, that's why I'm at Nottingham and not Auburn.
Yeah, but you know, like I watch sometimes how kids in the suburbs are just a little bit more coachable, man. Like, those kids in the suburbs are you see them if they're not in the game, they still pumping the rest of their teammates up, and you know, they when the coach tells them, "Oh, come to the bench," they're coming out for 5 10 minutes. They're not complaining. Why did you take me out the effing game? Things like that. But you know, like that's what comes with, you know, coaching in the trenches. You know, every kid feels like they should be playing 20 30 minutes a game, and when you play 8 minute quarters, you're not going to be able to get every kid in for 30 minutes.
Mm-mm.
So
Going off of that, would you say that like the kids out, you got the CNS kids, you got the Liverpool kids, West Jenny, why you feel, I mean, you probably know, I know your answer, but why you feel that they're always top 3, top 4 in section 3?
oh man, they do what, like if you watch Pop, like if you watch, even I'm gonna just take this to Pop Warner for a second, right? If you watch Get Us Westville, everybody knows like we were the mold for like the last 7 8 years with me and
Uh-huh.
Jamar as the front foot. You know what I mean? But the Westville Get Us system made a lot of players look great, and even if they were mediocre players, it made them look great to where they wanted, where you had CBA come in and recruit some of them kids or say, yo, listen, we want this kid. We're looking like that kid
Just
is
like the
good,
old,
but we got a kid way better over here that,
just like the old days.
yeah. But I mean, even as far as like teams like West Jenny, man, like if you watch, they run a great system, and
Mm-hmm.
those players follow the system all the way up from middle school all the way up to their senior year of high school, you know? Same thing with like Liverpool. Look at that Blackwell system, man. They follow the Blackwell system. Gil tries to run a system, and the system works, man. When kids follow it.
That's the thing. Like what like shout out to D Bacon and for the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, man.
When you
Yeah,
was doing
definitely shout out to D Bacon.
yeah, when you did so, and then what when you did the YEOP,
Yeah.
I mean, because I seen videos and pictures all the time. You got, yeah, there's a lot of teams there. I mean, there's a lot of kids, the foreign teams down there, right? Like, how many kids would you say participated in that?
Oh man.
It's a ton, right? It's a lot.
At least 200, 250 plus kids. Man.
So where do you think, like those kids? Do you think it's time for somebody to grab them kids and get them all at the same school?
Oh man, you know, no, because then you know you're taking away. Of course, you want to win, and you want to win all the time, but you also want it to be competitive too. You know, one thing as I'll say is this is, especially when it comes to situations like football and high school basketball, you still have Corcoran who wants those kids that want to go to Corcoran. They're like, no, I'm going to Corcoran because
Yeah.
they want to beat Hennigan. Them kids that go to Hennigan are like, oh no, I'm not going to Corcoran. I'm not going to Nottingham. I want to beat Nottingham and Corcoran. So of course you could stack your team and continue to win, but you want it to be competitive too. But I mean, if any coach, even myself, if I can get 2 or 3 great players, a Dejour, a Tong, you know, Z, or Luke Sutherland, or Willamika, and a Charles all on the same team. Oh, of course I'm gonna take it and run with it. Why not?
That's what I'm surprised. I'm just surprised. I always say that. Like I talked to Twan Twan Bellinger that's at Nottingham all the time. I'm just surprised that no one like coming from like the Boys and Girls Club has just told them kids to all go to like one school just to have a monster squad. Because it's been a long. I mean, really, it's been a long. Corcoran. It's been a long. Corcoran's the first city school in a while to win the Section 3 championship.
Yeah,
it's been a while. Even for like,
definitely.
It's been years and years and years. But I'm just surprised that no one has done that yet. But I can see the competition side too.
Yeah.
What and then let's football. City, you been at any city school football games yet?
Yeah. You know, I went to the Henniger and CNS game. Of course, you know, I gotta go see my nephew. Henniger has a great team, man. They got a good team. We got a lot of good kids over there. Sean Hunt Jr., who played for me at Westville, and his dad. I mean, he's like another kid of mine, man. His dad is coached with me and Jamar, so he's good. He's a good kid. You got Carlito Eldemine, like I said, Ray Sean. Henniger definitely has a good team. I haven't seen Nottingham's team yet, nor have I seen Corcoran's team, but I know all the kids that play over at Corcoran, and they got a bunch of dogs over there at Corcoran, you know?
Yeah, Corcoran beat us, I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah, like the crazy part is like the JV key with the JV team that we had like 20 kids probably. So we played CNS a couple weeks ago. They had probably 60 kids on the JV team.
Yeah, man.
I'm just like, where the numbers at for the city schools? Like these kids, I mean, how many kids you think Henniger got? 30, close to 30 or more?
And Henniger probably got about 35, 40. Yeah, probably something about that.
Corcoran probably right there. And Nottingham probably got like 28.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like back in the day, you have 40, 50 kids out there playing football.
That's the thing that's crazy. When I looked at Nottingham's roster and I was watching you guys play the varsity team play CNS, I was like, it seems like Marty only had like 22 kids on that team.
Real talk, man.
Like a Pop Warner team. But I was like I remember 2000 to 2004, Nottingham had 65, 70 kids on the team.
I just want to know, like, where the kids where are they getting lost at, man? What y'all doing?
You know, the streets don't love nobody, man. But
not right now.
You know, that's one thing I'll say, man, is with these kids, man, like a lot of them are getting lost, man.
Younger and younger every year too.
Yeah, man. It's like they're not even following the code no more. Like when I was a kid, I remember being in 7th, 8th grade, 9th grade. OGs outside, they weren't allowing me to come outside and ruin my career and be outside from the corner all day and say I ain't going to school. It was they'd give you $100 and be like, yo, go get you an outfit and go to school. Like, you know what I mean? Go play sports. We not having that.
I don't know where it took that turn at. Like probably like 2012, 2013, it just took that turn because I worked at Hillbrook for 2 summers.
Yeah,
my kids coming 13, 14-year-olds with murder charges. I'm like, what y'all doing?
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's definitely crazy out there.
We're shooting up cars with babies in them and shit, man. I ain't got no respect for nothing.
And that's the thing that's crazy, man. I remember stuff like that didn't happen when I was a kid. It was no being afraid that I couldn't go outside to the basketball court. Like even when we were doing the thing on Hall Ave last year, you know, like
live.
You're just trying to let these kids have fun, man, and be good kids. And even adults who love the game, who just love basketball, be able to play basketball and have fun, especially when you had nothing going on. But it was just like to ruin such a good thing, man. Like that was terrible to do that to them kids. You know what I mean?
That hall situation was perfect too, man, because everything was closed.
Everything was closed.
They back now. I see John and Jared. Where they at Lewis Park? That's where they been at.
Yeah, I was over there a little while ago.
I meant to get out there, but I got out of practice late, man. Them two so bugged out.
Yo, man, they're pure comedy, man. They need their own show, man.
Boy, I'm about to get him on and tell him how to do it because them dudes is bugged out, man.
They are pure comedy.
You seen his live last night with the Bible?
Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh. I'm like, yo, this dude is pure comedy, man.
They so bugged out, man. You can't do nothing but laugh at him because they crazy. Jared bugged out for Jared is crazy. My first year at Nottingham, Jared's mom was the varsity Nottingham assistant coach.
Okay.
Miss Donna, and she said, man, I can't stand this boy when he get to acting like that.
Yo, man, they I love them two dudes though, man.
They funny, but yeah, the hall was a spot. How you feel about the kids being able to choose what high school they coming to out of middle school? Oh, you got kicked out? You back?
Yeah, nah, my phone was down. I'm sorry. What was the question again?
What how you feel about that rule where the kids can choose where they want to go to high school out of middle school now?
Oh, I did hear that was a new rule, man. I think it's pretty dope, man. I definitely think that's dope. Like you're allowed to choose where you want to go to school at now and do what you want to do. I definitely think that whole situation is dope.
Yeah, I said that same thing. And then what you did you guys get any practice in before COVID started for the basketball season at Henniger? Were y'all allowed to go on and off?
No, not at all. The thing is, man, like, and I don't know why that was, but it was like, even this is my problem, right? I feel like when it came this whole pandemic has kind of taken more of a toll on the urban areas more than the suburbs. Yeah. Because if we were, allowed to practice this year, especially even the team we had, we were probably the deepest team this year. But if we were allowed to practice all year, Henniger, we probably go undefeated or probably lose one game at that. But I mean, in the suburbs, they were practicing all year. They were running camps, everything. Yeah. I mean, I'm not shooting them down, but I mean, you're allowed to do that when you're holding private camps. But I mean, a lot of their players were coming to the private camps. Our players weren't coming to the private camps. No, parents were worried about the kids even coming outside, you know?
Syracuse City messed they messed things up with that. I mean, I can't say anybody's really in tip top shape either. That was that played at a city school. There was nobody really in to take, because it take a couple weeks to get in shape.
Exactly. I mean, and the whole thing is, even then, like you said, man, like not being able to practice for a whole year and then come right in like, yo, season's on, let's go. Yeah, we only got about 3-4 days of cardio in, you know?
Yeah, it was only a week, and it was a week, and then the game started.
Exactly. Like I feel like we were supposed to, if you give us 3-4 weeks of cardio and just pure running, no touching the ball, we would have probably had the most dangerous team this year. That, like, we had the most dangerous team last year that nobody wanted to play in the playoffs. Nobody wanted us in the first round. And but I definitely say, you give us that same energy again with the team that we had this year. Oh, I believe we probably run the tables, man.
Y'all had athletes on the wings too. I remember.
Oh man,
I came to stream. Y'all had there's athletes out there on the wings.
Most definitely.
How many seniors are losing?
We're losing Zakir, both our bigs. Oh, Zakir and Wool, Evan Kiley, our starting guard, and Carlito Eldemine, another starting guard. So we're losing 4 seniors.
So y'all got some bad. How was the JV team was all right?
JV team is all right. Yeah, they definitely, and you know what the JV coach does with them. I mean, he runs a tight ship over there as well. And tries to get the players to make sure that they respect him and in the program as much as they should be. But one thing about the city I love, even at Henniger, new talent arrives every other few weeks. You might have a kid that didn't go to Henniger. Like, we had the one kid that came from Grimes and transferred from Grimes, but he tried out for the team, made the team, practiced a few practice, but he had to quit because he had a prior engagement with a job, and he didn't want to lose his job. And I can understand, kids in the city want their money, they need their money. So he probably was like, I need to get this money.
Yeah, I don't blame him for that.
Yeah.
I think that's another thing, man. Even like me having to bring kids home from practice and all that, it's a struggle in the wintertime.
Oh, yeah.
It's a struggle in the wintertime to get the kids to practice. And then on breaks, you got to go pick the kids up and bring them home.
Yeah, most definitely.
So where you see the city making a comeback, or you think that the suburbs still going to run things for a little while?
I think the city will definitely make a comeback. I think you'll see Henniger, you'll see us in a championship in another year or two. Especially with the new talent that we got coming up. And that's not me just speaking with biasness because I'm an assistant coach at Henniger. I could see Corcoran, the young talent they got coming up. You got Dave's little brother.
Yeah, they were all young. Nottingham's JV was they got some talent too.
Oh, and even their varsity, like, they got some young guns like Joel's Rice, Malachi, his little brother. You got a lot of kids coming up in that program and in that system that's going to be tough, man. So the city, I definitely think will be making a run in the next couple of years, man.
You checked out you seen a new Fowler football field yet?
Oh yeah, I went there 2-3 weeks ago. Me and Jamar. Yeah, one of our quarterbacks who played with us on that 12U on that JV team when we were like one game from Disney. It was our starting quarterback then. He's a starting quarterback over there now.
Older, yeah. They got the Jalen Brantley kid. He been eating too. He killed during basketball.
Oh yeah,
too. I caught a couple of games for him.
Yeah, he's pretty tough too, man.
Give me your top 5 from varsity basketball this year.
Top 5 from varsity basketball. You gotta say, I would definitely say, the coach over at West Genesee, his son, I forgot his name.
Adam D.
Yeah, Adam Dzizinski. He's definitely top 5. I will say, if I had to go, I probably would say the goggles. I'll say the goggles over at Liverpool.
Jacob Works.
Yeah. I will say Evan Kiley. With us.
He coming back or he a senior?
He's a senior. I will definitely say Amir Reeves. He made even though Corcoran didn't win a lot of games, man, he put them in position to win games.
Yeah, he's a quiet killer.
He's a dog, and a lot of people are going to be surprised, man. And I'm about to say this. Does it have to be Class AA?
Nah, the
kid over at CBA, man.
Dan Anderson.
Yeah,
he got another year, yo.
He's legit, man.
I think he's going to like Yale for lacrosse. They said.
Yeah, he's legit. And if I had to say tight honorable mention, I would say the kid Bruce over at Liverpool, man.
That's my little cousin too.
Yeah, he's and his pops is like family to me, man. But he's gonna be like that.
Carla's my cousin. And Liverpool got they got them all coming back too.
Oh my god! And
then they got
Andrew. He's crazy.
We tried to get him at City Rocks, but he went to the Jayhawks because his JV coached the Jayhawks.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm fine. Liverpool got something coming back.
Man, they're gonna be tough, man. I ain't gonna lie. Liverpool's gonna be tough next year.
Bruce guard anybody. Bruce played D. That's one thing he do.
And the whole thing is, you know what? He's a product of Gil. He trains with Gil.
Yeah. I know Bruce told me.
Yeah, man. And listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? When we play Liverpool, when you athletes on both benches, they're gonna talk. That's what they're gonna do. And especially kids that play in the suburbs, that play city teams, they feel like they got something to prove. But like, I remember one of our bench players at the time, one of the kids who were on the bench at the time, said something to Bruce, like he was in the corner shooting a 3, like that's off, and he shoots it and makes and just turns around, and looks at our bench like bang. It was just the aggression in it that just made me like, oh my gosh! Like,
I was there. Matter of fact, I was there for that game.
I was screaming that one. He turned around and just looked at our bench and was like, bang! And it was an aggression. I was like, oh, like he shot it with a certain amount of confidence. Like you wish.
I remember that actually.
Yeah,
but I do tell you what, Zakira got better over his high school career.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Zakira got better because I was assistant coach for 15 EYBL for City Rocks. And that was when Dove was there, the old SAS coach.
The thing with Zakir is this, man. I love Zakir, man. He's my baby, and he knows that. Zakir's a Division I basketball player.
6'8" with a mid range.
6'6". He got some mid range. He can back you down. He can shoot free throws. He's a Division I athlete.
He got footwork too.
Yeah,
I told him to go JUCO though. I told him to go to like Fulton Montgomery or MCC.
Yeah,
try to get an offer from there. Especially with everything going on right now.
Yeah, and he definitely could, man. If he handles his business off the court and stays clean, and he's always been a good kid, man. Very good kid. I mean, sometimes he gets in his emotions, but he's a respectable kid. Like if he gets mad and upset, sometimes he'll come back and apologize 5 minutes later, like, "Yo, coach, I'm sorry. I know you love me." You can just say it.
Nowadays, you gotta be coachable nowadays.
Yeah.
Even Whoa, 6'9", 6'10".
Wall's like 6'9", yeah. What, like a 7'1" wingspan?
That's like Quincy. Look what prep school did for Quincy.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
He's sitting at Florida State. I caught him on TV a couple of times getting in the game.
Yeah. Wall's like 6'9" with a 7'1" wingspan. That's crazy.
And then shout out to Gil, man. Where he be at? And what is that? A church that he be in?
Yeah. He works his training out of a little church. He train. Actually, you know what? The thing he trains my son. He's been training my son since my son was 6. And my son is 8 now, so he trains my son. So I'm imagine me keeping Gil with my son for the next 10 years. You know what I mean?
And that gym that church gym be packed too. I be following. I think Mike Zachary be bringing his kids down there, and I see how little that gym is, but they be getting it in down there.
Yeah, man.
What I ain't seen enough from Billy. What you seen anything from Billy Eatlin lately?
I know Billy's training a few kids and got a lot of trainings and stuff going on. I mean, you got so many good trainers out here now, man. That's one thing I say to these kids: just use these trainers to your advantage, man. You got a lot of great trainers. Billy, you got Gil,
shout out Dante Coker too.
Dante Coker
a couple weeks ago. He's been going hard.
Yeah, I mean, he's training. My son plays football. He wants to play quarterback, so he's going to train my son as a quarterback.
He on the. I think he said he just got hurt at Planet Fitness too, just from going in and out, working out with kids.
Yeah,
he landed a job off of that.
Even even with situations like who else you got over there? You have sorry, I'm just trying to make sure my camera's straight for you. The kid I mean, what's the one? Eric Devendorf. Devendorf is training kids now. Like, you got a lot of good trainers out here, man. These kids just got to use it to their advantage.
Devendorf's gonna have access to all the facilities too.
Exactly.
Just off the name, he's got like a I follow him on Twitter. He's got like a business that supports non-for-profit businesses, and they give out like 20,000 a week to non-for-profit small businesses.
Oh, really?
So his name is good anywhere. He'll probably end up getting a coaching job somewhere around here.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I if you would, I mean, I could definitely say like 4 up and coming coaches. You could say that's like next in line would definitely be, besides myself, it would definitely be him, Mike Camiso, and I could definitely see Brandon over at CNS getting an opportunity one day.
Yeah, just for the love and the community that he got. Yeah. They was all right this year too, though. I didn't think that. I didn't think they had anything coming back, but they had one kid that was a monster. He's leaving to go to prep school.
Yeah, CNS is tough. They were tough. I ain't gonna lie. They almost ran. Their new head coach was running like that same RFA offense that RFA was blowing us out the water with that second game. Like, they would they'd wait for us to send up a shot, and they were already sending 2 players back. 2 players already sent back.
See, but another thing with that is them boys was in shape over there too. He was in that gym.
Yeah, and they ran a certain type. Like, you could tell that they were running the whole year, man.
Yeah. So who else was all right this year?
FM was all right.
Yeah, they got a young. He's on his way up too. He's a young good coach. He came in at the right time too.
Yeah, most definitely. And then having Tyler Rowe, who's a great kid to coach, man. You can see, like, man, they're gonna be stacked for the future as well.
And then some of the smaller schools. Who was in A? Who ran A this year? I don't know why I having a brain freeze. I usually got the paperwork right here.
I think CBA. CBA went undefeated.
They went undefeated.
Yeah, so I think definitely CBA looked great. I don't know.
I think Corn got a lot coming back at SAS too.
Yeah,
I think they were all young too.
Yeah, I think Corn definitely had a young team, so I know he'll be stacked for another couple years as well.
Bishop Grimes usually all right too. They always got there. Yeah, I know Lamar. I think Lamar Curse he's the freshman coach or the modified coach over there.
Yeah, something like that. So they got a great system running between him and the head coach over there.
Yeah, he came from JD, so he got all them state championships. What up? You don't ever think about coaching football?
I would be open to it. Right now, like I said, basketball is my first love as far as a coach. I love coaching football. Don't get it misconfused. Like, I love coaching football, but I mean, at this point, I really want to focus a lot more of my time on being a basketball coach.
Yeah. So you going to do Pop Warner this year too? You said?
No, I'm done, man. I'm retired, man. Me and Jamar retired. We won our last. Yeah, we're done.
You are done too?
Yeah, we're both done, man. It's time for us to, like, between us both working full time and coaching full time, and me, like I said, man, going to school, coaching, getting my career in order, and being a father. It was like, it takes a toll on, especially like wanting to be more active and being at my son's games and being there to coach him. So
he at that age now, he's gonna start playing every weekend and every week.
Yeah, he playing Biddy starting this Saturday, and Biddy basketball. He's Fayette Boys and Girls Club, so it's like at this point he needs me more than anything.
Yeah, for sure.
So coaching varsity is a full-time job. You know that.
Yeah, all year round, especially with football, basketball too. That's another thing, man. If someone builds an indoor facility with 2 football fields in it,
oh man,
you're gonna see football. You're gonna see football take off for Central New York, man.
Yeah, that'll be crazy. That'll definitely be crazy.
You see the Stallions started that. The Stallions got a high school league going.
Yeah, I seen that. I
That's gonna
definitely
help a
seen
lot
that.
too. Mike Sugamusto over there, that's my man too.
Yeah, Henniger, we got a team in there.
Yeah. He told me he was trying to see if Nottingham had put a team, and I had told him to holler at Twan and D Jack. But he got boys and girls too, which is gonna be crazy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be dope.
He's just got connections, and I think it's at Bishop Grimes because he's a graduate from Bishop Grimes, so he always gonna have a gym too. I think they got two gyms over there.
Yeah,
that's the Stallions taking off too with that new league that they're in.
Yeah.
I mean, what else is going? I mean, what else you got planned on in the future? Just you graduate college?
Yeah, man. I'm graduating.
Find that job.
I'm graduating in the fall. I've already been looking at opportunities. I've seen some opportunities with Syracuse University in case I wanted to stay here. But I'm really looking at somewhere in Florida, like in the Orlando area, like UCF, even Orlando Magic. Seeing what positions they got open. They got a few positions open at UCF, like athletic. And that's the thing that people think is just one athletic director. It's like almost 20 athletic directors for programs. So you might be the athletic director of student compliance. So they got like 3 or 4 athletic director positions open. Orlando Magic had like the director of marketing position open. I think that's a good way to get in the front office. Eventually
I had the girls Potsdam College coach on last month. And, she did an internship with the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay.
Before she took the job at Potsdam, she said there was 15 people that were doing internships that were paid.
Yeah.
The Mavericks coach, he's always involved with everything. I can't think of his name, but the wild dude that just helped Delonte West.
Yeah, Mark Cuban.
Yeah, Mark Cuban. He gave out he had 24 paid intern positions. And those are just kids that were still in school. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunities outside of New York.
I'm doing an interview in like 2-3 weeks with Nolan Smith, the director of basketball operations at Duke. He used to play in Portland Trailblazers. I'm doing an interview on him. Doing an interview with him for my school project, man, and like that comes where it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. You're building a relationship
right there. That might be a connection for real, right there.
Yeah,
and then I mean, a lot of people be sleeping on the HBCUs too, but they got all these pro athletes coming in, the coaches. That's gonna get them contracts up for them schools.
Oh yeah, they're gonna build them programs up.
You got Deion Sanders, State, and then somebody just took Tennessee State.
Yes, I forgot.
The old running back for
Tennessee
Titans running back.
Yeah, for the Tennessee Titans, I forgot his name.
What's his name? Eddie George, was it?
Eddie George. You're right. Yep.
So that's probably an Under Armour or Adidas deal waiting to happen already.
Oh, waiting.
But how you feel about all these kids in the transfer portal? You seen the 1,000 kids in there?
I think this pandemic is gonna affect that for years to come, man.
Yeah, they gotta change that rule, man. Because if they let kids go in and play, this gonna happen every year for the next 10 years.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And but I look, it's a business, man. Sports is definitely a business. This industry has definitely showed me the business, even from the Pop Warner level all the way down. It's a business. And it shows you that
something coming in to keep going.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you got kids who feel like they deserve to get opportunities to play, which they probably do. The one thing I tell these kids is when you go to college, whether it's D1, D2, D3, D1 JUCO, D2 JUCO, D3 JUCO, whatever, wherever you go to college, when you got all these players on the bench with you, they remind yourself, they were the man at their college. Their grades might have not just been as good. Their grades might have been not great. So of course they had to go to D2 JUCO route to get up, and or D3 JUCO route to get where they want to get. So
you better watch the new Last Chance U.
Exactly.
Break down everything to them.
Whatever kid you play with, they were the man at their college too. I mean, their high schools too. So just remember that.
I'm curious to see what OCC is going to bring in this year, because OCC should have a powerhouse this year.
Yeah,
with all these kids that stay around.
Yeah, I definitely think that the head coach over there definitely have a great program, especially building it. If he builds it with this new kids coming up, these kids that we got coming out.
Because he was the old. Matter of fact, he was the old Henniger coach too, right?
Old Henniger coach, yep.
Yeah, so he's got connections all over too. But I mean, ain't nothing. I keep telling these kids, you better go JUCO and save that money.
Yeah, man.
Trying to go to a private school.
I'm telling you, and the opportunities is there. Of course, all these kids want to be on ESPN, but man, if you can go the point of the situation is this, man. If you can get you a free education and do the things that you love to do, I remember having a conversation with Cornelius, right? And Corn told me this. I said, "Yo, bro, like, what route did you? I mean, do you wish you had went to the league?" Or he was like, "Bro, hell no." He's like, looking at the business side of it now. He was like, it's less politics and everything like that playing overseas. He's like, I'd rather play overseas. And a lot of these kids just think that, oh, I gotta make the league. No, you can go overseas and make the same amount of money.
50 countries over there, the 50 pro leagues over there to go into.
Exactly. I mean, what Dre? I mean, Stephon Marbury left the league and got a statue built of him in China now. Look at him.
And when Dre left the Nets, that's where he went over there too and got paid.
Brandon Trish got paid overseas. You know,
Terry Smith still going too over there,
still getting paid. Jarice Crouch was getting played in pro league here in Rochester. Played for a team in Rochester. Was getting
out there too.
Great money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's at he's the varsity coach at UPrep now. I think. I remember him commenting he's trying to come home to play Henniger next season.
Yeah, I'm happy for him, man. That's my dog, man. I'm definitely happy for him. He deserves that.
Section 3 and Section 5 tournament at OCC or MCC. Someone needs to do that in the next couple of years.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Rochester versus Syracuse, just the city schools.
That'll be dope. You know, I really wish they bring back the Round Ball Classic too, man.
Them young kids don't even know what that is, man.
They'll never understand.
Actually, it was a Zebra Classic when we was in school.
No, yeah, when you were, exactly.
Zebra Classic. And it was at Henniger too, matter of fact.
Yep. And then they moved it to Lemoyne.
Yep.
And I remember just being a kid in there, like just even at the time being a fan. Yeah. And I wanted to play in them games, man. But it was just like I was okay in basketball, but I wasn't. I was 5'10" all the way up until I graduated. Now I'm 5'11", 6 foot even. But now it's like,
back then, man.
I wasn't 6'2", 6'3", could jump out the gym. Like, my shot was okay. I wasn't great. I wasn't a great ball handler. So looking at being a person that went to those games, it would be 3,000 people in that game.
Watching too. I think that was with CT and Dre and Jarice and them when I watched.
Yep.
I graduated. I played like Lil Ed and Elton Brand and Robbie Marshall and them. Those I played against.
Yo, I forgot Elton. He was.
They don't even know, man. How they used to jump out the gym, man.
It's been so much talent in Syracuse that they don't even know like what.
Who else? David Simmons from Henniger used to jump out the gym too.
Yep. Of course, you got Marquise Young, I think his name was Marquise Brown. And then he played on that team with that one States.
Yep.
You had who else? Of course, you had
they were monsters back then.
Yeah, man. Kiari Blue.
Yeah, he was a couple years after me, but he was a problem too. Mike Johnson. Yeah, them all my days. Ben Cronin, 7-footer that had a grab.
Yeah, man. Them was good days, man.
I hope it get back to that. That's all I want to see it get back to that.
I think it could. I definitely think it will.
Basketball and football too.
Yeah, football definitely we need it, man. Because I think you're starting to see now.
The thing, like Pop Warner. I mean, you got Pop Warner. Pop Warner's just like most organizations, it's just summertime.
Yeah,
you got their Wise. You got Will Hunter that he runs the Wise League.
The Wise League, yeah.
There's got to be something for the older kids. Like there's got to be a passing league inside all year round somewhere.
Yeah, and I mean we had the whole situation going. You had the King of Kings coming back during the summer, and I coached that. I coached in that. I had an okay team. I had a dope team in that. And then
King did that forever.
Yeah, and then you had D Bacon trying to build up, like, of course, with the junior NBA. He even had the 16, 18-year-old league.
He gonna bring that back this year?
He said he was, man. I think he get ready to probably try to bring it back, man. I think it's time, man. Let these kids get back to it.
I just want to go out there and get this film out for these kids, try to help these kids out. Which is
why I had before the pandemic hit, like 2 weeks before the pandemic, I had a team in the junior NBA in the 13 to 15, all kids coming up. And
them the years to keep it right there, 12 to 14. And I grabbed one of them teams because them kids don't listen.
And my boys was undefeated. We were like 3 games away from winning a chip. Got cheated out of a chip because this whole pandemic, man.
I hope you do bring that back because I'm gonna be right out there every week.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man, I appreciate you coming through, man. What you got? What you got? You said your son they start biddy this week?
Yeah, they start biddy on Saturday. He plays for Nottingham.
Who coaching that?
Slimmy. Ty Slim Griswold, who used to play for Henniger. His uncle is coaching that Nottingham team. Gotcha. And then you have Henniger My little nephew, who was 6 years old, his name's Caden Green. He's playing on the Henniger team. I'm like, oh, they could have put both my son and him on Henniger.
That's what they did. They did the school names this year.
Yeah, they did for the 6 to 8 year old league. They did high schools. Then the 13 to 15, I think they did like colleges, and then the older boys they did NBA teams.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, D Bacon, he do that all by himself.
Yeah, D Bacon, and then you have Javon works. He works.
Okay. Yup.
So two good dudes, man. Two very good dudes.
And then I think he coached football at Ludden too, right?
Yeah.
Javon do. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. He's a good coach over at Ludden. Man, it's so many young coaches coming up that's got great talents, man.
I just need the opportunity, man.
Like I'm glad to see that. Of course, you got some of the new coaches over there at Henniger football team.
Jeremy. I know Sean Belair, my man too. He been there for a while though.
Sean Reed. So you got a lot of good coaches. Even of course, Tim Kirkland. That's big boy. That's my big. That's my big bro. So you got a lot of good coaches coming up in all these new in these cities. That's why I said I definitely think the city will be back. Even for schools like ITC, you got coaches like Cedric, Charmaine.
He got connections everywhere.
Yeah, Ozzy, man. I think eventually you'll see a program like ITC get built up if they start to let more kids in that program.
That's the thing. They need to if they're not gonna let kids in there, they need to combine with Fowler. They need to let them combine.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the girls JV team, it was Corcoran, Fowler, and ITC come in all together. They combined for JV. I mean for girls basketball this year.
Yeah.
Why ITC can't combine with Fowler
for football? Yeah. That'd be crazy.
Because my first year ever coaching was at ITC. I had JV boys.
Yeah.
And we went 17-3. I actually took over for Mike Sugamuso, that the guy that runs the Stallions.
Okay.
He wanted to put me down with that. And we went 17-3, and then kids just started falling off. They transferred, and then the varsity, my senior class that I had that year, they lost in the first round of sectionals to Salve.
Oh, okay.
And we went 17-3 playing big schools. How y'all lost? He said with the varsity coach said a lot of kids dropped out of school. School, man.
And I see they building that new school, the STEM.
What's that? Just gonna be a straight technology school?
And that's what I'm wondering. I wonder if they're gonna have sports programs with that school, man.
We're and then what the other school was? It was that Mookie Jones. Was that Southside Academy?
I forgot the name of it.
That's still going on. Southside Academy. Is that what it was called?
Ontech or something.
They still going because they had basketball last year. Well, before the pandemic, they had basketball.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't see them at all.
Yeah, I didn't hear nothing about nothing. They might have closed the whole school.
Oh, okay.
But I did hear about the other new schools coming too. But
yeah,
I don't know if it's gonna be a middle school or high school.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I appreciate you checking out. I'm gonna be in touch and see what you're doing.
Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
I'll let you.
Yeah, you doing what you do, bro.
If I come across any kids that are in the Henniger's way, I'll definitely send you their names.
Yeah, man. Tell them holler at me, man. We'll get these kids right, get them set up, man. And even being a coach, man, I'm a coach that's still, I'm a player's coach, so I'm still, relatable to them. I still listen to the same music.
Off the court and off the field, they're gonna be lifetime relationships.
Exactly. So I'll set them all up for success, man.
All right, I appreciate you. I'm gonna holler at you, man.
Appreciate you, bro, man.
All right, baby.
Easy, man.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, then.